Welcome to the Marketing Boost Solutions Podcast. Join host Marco Torres, along with expert guests, as they deliver incredible, proven solutions to your marketing challenges in each power-packed episode.
Welcome to the Marketing Boost Solutions Podcast, where we dive into cutting-edge strategies for business growth and innovation. I have a question for you listeners. Have you figured out how to harness AI for your business yet? Are you just dabbling with ChatGPT, or have you figured out how to fully use AI and operational? If you haven't, then listen in. Today, we're thrilled to have with us Mitzy Dadoun, an accomplished author and the visionary president of MD Digital Marketing and Coaching. Mitzy is a trailblazer in artificial intelligence consulting with thousands of hours dedicated to mastering AI technologies. She's been a long-time member of Marketing Boost as both an affiliate telling other businesses about Marketing Boost, as well as using our incentives for her own businesses. Please help me welcome Mitzy to the show. Hello, Mitzy.
Hi there. Thank you for having me.
You kidding? Thank you for being on the show. We enjoyed being on your show, Transforming Lives, not too long ago. And glad to have you here with us, and especially to hear all about how you help businesses with AI. And I'm also thrilled to hear how you use incentives for your real estate business as well. We've got a lot of realtors in the Marketing Boost world. So first, tell us how you went from and why you went from real estate, which I understand you've been doing for years, right? And then you got into AI at some point. How did that happen, and what was the transition?
So I've been involved with real estate in one way or another since I was 13 years old. When when somebody came for career day and it was an appraiser and it just sounded interesting, I asked him if I could learn about it, and I went and I worked with him, and then I went and I got a diploma in urban affairs and real estate and ended up on the lending side for many years. And on the appraisal side, and I got into the sales side of real estate back in 2013, and I absolutely love it. I mean, real estate, traveling, and animals are my passions that have been with me from day one, and they still are. And my recent new passion is artificial intelligence, just because I find it exciting. You know what? I've always been a bit of a serial entrepreneur, and I think I get bored a little bit easily. So as soon as I master something, it's like, ooh, okay, now what can I do?
Right.
And I think that that's why AI sort of has come into my world, because it is so fast pacing and so transformative, and it really is going to be a massive revolution for us from here forward. And so I just sort of thought, you know what? It's blue ocean right now. It's time to dive in.
Yeah, and you've been at it for what, like at least 3 years or so? Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. I've been using it one way or another for that, but really, I'd say really seriously for about the last year and a half, where it's probably, involved in everything I do, much as Marketing Boost is involved in almost everything I do.
Well, let's diverse for that just a little bit before we get into the dive deep into AI. Give us some ideas how you've used Marketing Boost over the years for your real estate and now for your AI agency.
So, I mean, there are so many different ways that you can use Marketing Boost, right? Because you're looking at how can you sort of improve somebody's life and make them really feel like they've gotten some great value. So, one of the things, and I think every business owner has had this, is, you make appointments with people, and sometimes they show up and sometimes they don't. So one of the ways I use Marketing Boost is, I'll offer them, a $300 hotel certificate as long as they show up for the meeting. So we book the meeting, they show up, they get their certificate. And then if they become a client, for example, and I'm talking with them, for example, they might be looking at a month-to-month package on one of our things, or a 6-month package. And if I want to get them to go for a longer term, like a year, that might be where I'll say, you know what, if you sign up for a year, then you're going to get this hotel accommodation. We're going to send you off to Mexico for a beautiful vacation. Your hotel accommodation is taken care of. And I find that it's really great because it incentivizes them. It gives them great extra value, and it's not money out of my pocket. It's a known expense, my $37 a month for my membership. And I know that that's, what my cost is. Now, when somebody does sign up for one of our large packages, whether they're doing our media campaigns or they're doing our LinkedIn training or AI training, when they sign up for those, then they're going to get, one of those incentives as well. So, and if you buy or sell a house with me, you get to have a nice little trip as well. And I will pay the taxes typically when somebody is making a larger purchase with me.
Right. So if you're making a nice big, a profit that you can live with, and you can decide, I'm going to go ahead and completely comp, including the hotel taxes and fees. So, but you do that when you've got enough profit built in. Otherwise, you do like most of our members and just disclose airfare, food and beverage, and government taxes and fees are not included.
Exactly. And I always disclose that to everybody. And even when I am going to pay it for them, I have them activate the certificate, figure out what they want to do, and then I pay it, because you don't want to end up paying for it and then they don't use it.
Right.
So you want to make sure that people are actually using it, because that's how they're going to talk to everybody else about what an awesome, incentive that they got and why they should refer somebody to you to work with.
Are you also participating in the affiliate program, telling other business owners about Marketing Boost sometimes?
Absolutely. I talk to every business owner, when we're talking to them about, promoting their business on our media blitz, or when I'm talking with them about AI training stuff, I mention to them how they can use it in their own business to be bringing in customers. I mean, I can't think of any business, maybe other than the funeral industry, that you that you really couldn't use it in. That's about the only one that hops to my mind, that there wouldn't be some way you could figure out how to work it in, but pretty much everything else I think you can.
Yeah, that's a good point. I hadn't thought about which one it would not work for, and that's may very well be, but I wouldn't be surprised if we could come up with something.
Probably, maybe for the
So
friends and family, but not the original guest.
now your affiliate program, it's you have your own URL, do you not? That you just, when they go to your URL, you pretty much just forward it on over to Marketing Boost with your unique link attached?
Exactly. So I bought lovemyclients.info because that's exactly how I think of it. It's love that I give to my clients, and this is something that they're going to love. So that was how I came up with the name for it. And you know what? And I suggest that people look at doing that, you know, for their businesses if they're looking at different affiliate programs that they're going to be working with, getting a domain name that ties into it somehow that you can use, I think is a great idea, because it makes it easier to remember as well. And obviously you're not, trademark infringing or anything like that. So I have another business, Love It Reviews. So the Love My Clients, just sort of seem to be a good tie-in.
Yeah, and it's it's better than sharing a big old long link, marketingboost.com// number got, you get your own URL, and then you just forward that on to your unique Marketing Boost affiliate link so you can get credit. Uh, I've got a ton of questions for you about your artificial intelligence agency and how you help businesses on LinkedIn and a whole lot more. But let's take a break to hear from Marketing Boost, and we'll be right back, guys. Don't go away.
It's time to wow, surprise, and impress your clients with the most powerful customer draw card available anywhere. The Marketing Boost Solutions Show is brought to you by Marketing Boost, where you can get valuable travel and restaurant incentives to drive your leads from prospects to paying customers. Now you can offer complimentary hotel stays in over 130 destinations worldwide. Go to marketingboostsolutions.com and try it for free right now.
You just heard from marketingboost.com. And folks, if you have a business and you're not using incentives to reward your clients with perks and fun stuff that actually can help close more sales, generate leads, and create loyalty programs and evangelists for your brand, go check out marketingboost.com. That's where we support thousands of business owners. Join our Facebook group with over 30,000, actually 32,000 entrepreneurs now, where we're here to help you, give you ideas that are really quite simple, as Mitzy has pointed out today. You don't have to overthink how to use the incentives. Just hey, when you book an appointment on our Zoom call together, we're going to reward you with a $300 hotel savings card if you show up on time for the meeting. And bam, that probably helps you book more appointments and, more importantly, eliminate no-shows.
Definitely. And that's what it is, right? When we're booking our calendar, we want to keep our calendar busy, and there's nothing worse than no-shows. So it really does help reduce the number of no-shows. And so I highly recommend it for that.
Well, very good. So thank you again for that testimonial, Mitzy. We appreciate it. Now let's dig into your AI business. And what is your who is your perfect client that is in the, like everybody knows by now, we need to have AI. But I would imagine most of us are dabbling with Chat GPT and maybe Gemini on Google and using it to help write an email series or using it to write some copy here and there. Well, what are the ways that a business should really be implementing AI and start scale or start optimizing with AI? Where are most of us missing the boat?
Well, I think where people are really missing the boat is, as you say, they're kind of just starting to dabble in it and kind of looking at it in a lot of ways of just sort of to ask a question, almost kind of like the way they used Google, is the way a lot of people I find are using the various artificial intelligence. They've just kind of substituted Google and now they ask Chat GPT instead. But it's much deeper than that. And there are a lot, especially recently, like there's a lot of really customized AI powered programs that have been coming out to help people with their businesses. And with Chat GPT or Gemini or whichever one you're using, a big mistake I see people make is that they'll ask it whatever their one question is, but where you really excel is going deeper and deeper. You kind of think of it as like the layers in an onion. Each time you peel, you get closer to the core and you teach it and train it. And that brings another point, which is with all of the artificial intelligence, you can train it to understand who you are and or who your customer is. So you can go in and you can create different personas and give it all of the information from your bio, give it all of the information from different things that you've written, give it information from different videos that you've made. You can upload that and you can train it so that it really starts to understand who you are and what your business is. And you can also make custom GPTs and create custom assistants. And so we go in and we help businesses, really figure out how they can increase their return on revenue and really, cut down expenses, increase efficiencies, really help people do their jobs better with AI. I think there's a lot of fear with AI that it's going to replace everybody's job, and so in some ways they're kind of scared to use it in their job because they're scared that if it's too good at their job that they're not going to have a job. But really what it is it's here, it's coming, it's not going anywhere. And the people who are going to be valuable to organizations are the people who have taken the time and learned how to use AI and learned how to use it in their business.
Absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. I'm looking at some of the pages that you promote, and one of them is about becoming an expert. I guess is it a course and training that you teach on how to get kind of become sort of a paid consultant in AI? You teach others to do that?
Exactly. So I've gone through it. I've done a certification training. And if others want to go through and do that certification training as well, then they can go and become an AI expert. And it is honestly one of the best trainings out there. I took it. It's with Alicia Little. I'm in there, and that's sort of who my one of the main people that I work with in there. And honestly, it is by far and away the best training and all-encompassing certification that you can get out there. So that is, if you want to really sort of really get certified and really understand and have continuing updates, then this is what I highly recommend. There's also the AIexperts.club, which is more sort of a less expensive kind of a monthly training course. You know, we meet twice a month, and you're going to be just continually getting your updates on what's going on. And that, I think, is a really great place for somebody who's wanting to learn about it to utilize it. So the becoming an AI expert is if you want to be learning it and teaching it and maybe be the leader in your organization bringing it, versus the club is more if you're wanting to understand it, use it for yourself, and maybe at a little bit of a lower price point. That's sort of just getting your feet wet.
Great. Let me pull up the link for that so we can kind of show that as well. So just a quick glance, I'll share my screen again. And that one is called AIexpert.club. Is that correct?
Uh,
Am I on the right page of yours?
AIexperts.club. Sorry, expertai.club. Sorry, yeah, you reversed it. It's expertai.club.
Oh, I got it.
I was like, okay, this looks interesting, but that's not right.
Expert
AI.club.
AI.club. All right, no, I guess I got that somehow mixed up. Hang on, let's see if it goes there. There we go. Is that it?
There you are.
There we go. AIexpert.club. And you end up right here, how to 10x your business with cutting edge AI strategies and tactics without being a technical wizard. Well, that sounds like me.
Yeah, and it really is fabulous. And then there are multiple other programs that I'm working on as well. We've got one. I was hoping we were going to be launched by today, but they're still working on a bunch of stuff on the back end. But teamaiville.com will be coming out, and what we've done is we have put together, I think we've got now about 90 different AI experts in different topics, so that you have sort of a little, you have like a little guy who's basically already trained to be your virtual assistant in certain tasks. And it is really going to be cool because we're got it all trained and loaded with different topics, questions, guidance. So it'll really help somebody work their way through, right? Because there's some people who, you know, if you think about it, when you are, when you arrive in a new city, some people say, you know what, I just want to hop in a cab and get to where I'm going, right? They just want to get to where they're going, make it easy. Other people want to rent a car and have control and go and do what they want to do. So we offer trainings for either of those. If you want to just sort of have the tools that'll help you do your job better and utilize AI, we've got that. If you want to really learn it, understand it, learn how to bring it out to everyone in your organization, we have trainings for that as well. So it can kind of go either way.
Cool. Yeah, it depends on your level of your available time and your your own skill sets, right? If you know you're pretty good at technical, then learn it all and be able to be teaching others and turn it into a revenue source, or just get your business up and going a little bit faster, and then little by little it could become something else. Now, are you still, is part of your program still the LinkedIn? Are you training and coaching on LinkedIn as well?
Yep, still training and teaching in LinkedIn. That, you know, that sort of evolved because I was utilizing it so much in my own business and people kept asking me for help. So it just kind of evolved that I kind of got known as the LinkedIn Queen. Yeah, and if you go to the linkedinqueen.com, that'll take you to my LinkedIn profile.
All right. We'll go there.
And yeah, so LinkedIn is, you know, fabulous for reaching out to and connecting with your ideal clients, but a lot of people use LinkedIn wrong. Because a lot of people use it as if they are trying to apply for a job and working for an employer, right? And that's not what you want. What you're trying to do is to reach out and find your ideal client. It's really interesting. My picture disappeared on your link on
Yeah, I
there.
was just noticing that. It's
It was there on mine when I was just there like 5 minutes ago. So that is really weird.
let's see if I, yeah, the profile image disappeared.
Yeah,
We'll have to go back and update that.
But
Yeah.
and you see what's really interesting, right? Is tech, right? There's always good things about that. Like I'm literally on my own LinkedIn profile right now, and my picture is showing, but on yours it's not,
On
which is totally bizarre. I have no idea why. I just went to check and see just because I was very curious, and on mine
yeah,
it totally shows. That is bizarre.
that's very bizarre. Anyway, yeah, hopefully it's just a glitch on my computer here, is not pulling it up. Yeah, it's strange.
Got to reach out to them and find out. Maybe I don't know. It wouldn't be because I'm second there. I don't know. That's I'm very, very curious. And it's interesting. What I'm seeing on yours doesn't look exactly like mine either. Mine says AI and LinkedIn consultant and trainer, and yours is something different. That is really very odd. I've got to look into this. You've given me something interesting to delve into.
A new glitch to find out how your profiles might look different on different interesting.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, in any event, yes, I use LinkedIn very extensively, and it is, as I say, great for reaching out and finding your perfect clients. But a lot of people really utilize it wrong. For example, your contact information. You want to make sure that it actually has your contact information. I bet you 90% of them that I look at, when you click on that contact info, it just shows their LinkedIn URL. It doesn't take somebody to their website, to their correct phone number. It doesn't have their birthday, their information. This is you only get a moment to make that first impression. So you want to make sure that all of that information is there. And LinkedIn is a gold mine if you want to write articles and get yourself out there and get known. LinkedIn, because they have much, they have the authority, right? So if you write an article on LinkedIn or you write an article on Medium or somewhere like that, it's going to show up a lot more. There you are. See, if you're looking at yours, right? See, it's got links to your websites. It shows your birthday. It gives people. And this is what it should look like. You should have this type of information here. But
I got my email, I have my podcast, I've got my website, yeah, etc. My profile, etc. Let's see, what else could I improve on here with at least my picture shows up.
You're a sailor at heart. So, right under your Marco Torres, Captain Marco, that little blurb there, that's your prime space, right? Because that's above the fold. So you know what? I highlight more about what it is that you do for your clients there. And then sort of tell people more about you further down.
Okay.
If you want, I can do a share screen on mine, and I can show you that on mine. My LinkedIn does actually have my picture. I don't know why it doesn't in our.
Go ahead. Let's take a look at as we teach people how to use their LinkedIn.
So a couple of the things we'll have to get. So you want to make sure you get up to at least 500 connections. Super important, because when you have less than that, it really looks like you're not in business doing your thing. You want to make sure you highlight your key things that you do here. And down here, make sure you fill out pertinent information, not stuff from like 75 years ago, but stuff that's pertinent to what you're doing now. And, give recommendations, ask for recommendations as well. That's still worthwhile. And then the other thing is, when you're creating posts, you can create posts on your own LinkedIn, but what you can also do is you can create articles. And I highly recommend, when you're creating articles, that you have a business page set up and you do the articles from your business page, because they will get promoted more and picked up by Google more, as an article versus just a straight post on your LinkedIn. So write the article, on your business site, share it to your personal, share it to different groups that you're in, and that'll get you a lot more traction from any articles that you're writing on LinkedIn.
Another
Let's
one of
keep
the many
making notes.
things, another one of the many things you and your agency guys do is help people with some sort of organic traffic, SEO, or what? Or did I make that up?
I think you made that part up. I don't do, I'm not an SEO expert and I don't get involved in that, but a lot of what we do helps people get the traffic. So we create a lot of programs to help somebody become a dominant authority. So we do press releases and media campaigns, and that is a fabulous way. When you get an article on Yahoo Finance, when you get an article in the Globe and Mail, or the New York Times, that really helps your business have credibility. So we will help businesses put in media blitz campaigns where we will have several articles written on them. And it's, whether it's a local business, we can get you into that 3-pack by creating the articles, or if it is someone like Marketing Boost or another, consulting company, any type of business can really utilize it. And that it creates an organic reach as well. And then, of course, doing social posting. We help companies with social posting.
Got it. Maybe that's where I was confusing with the organic traffic from your
Yes, yeah, probably.
press releases and posts and articles. What about the LinkedIn the new newsletter feature? Is that something that you're finding people are having success with?
Some, what, personally, I haven't been using the LinkedIn newsletter myself because I've got other newsletters that I've been using for quite some time. I am, as I say, I'm using a lot of the, they do some collaborative articles on LinkedIn, which are really good. And I'm finding that is really helping people get good credibility and get their information and their context spread far and wide. So that I found really good. I just personally, I haven't delved into the newsletters.
Into the building out a newsletter. Yeah, I recently have a newsletter for Marketing Boost that we publish every week. And so I've been thinking I need to maybe get this published in the LinkedIn newsletter and see if I can begin building a following in there as well. I've never used LinkedIn very much other than as much as I should either. I'm one that's, I have about, I guess, 4,500 contacts or what have you. And it hasn't been on the top of my priority, but we do use it a lot. We solicit people to be on our show from LinkedIn. We solicit people to get me on their podcast shows from LinkedIn. So in that area, I've done well with it. It's gotten me on a lot of different great podcasts. So what if who is your target audience? What kind of business owners are you looking for that end up successfully using AI to start growing and scaling their business?
Most of the companies I'm working with these days, I would say, are sort of 30 employees to 200 to 250 employees, kind of big enough that they've got somewhat of a budget to put into it, but small enough that they're able to move quickly and ready to take action, and they don't have to go through 800 layers for approvals to get some training in place. I think that even the smallest of organizations, like even Joe that has a roofing company, can really utilize, and it's really worthwhile to invest an hour or two in some training to learn how to use it in their business. And we will do one-on-one trainings with people and kind of help and guide them through and set some things up with them. Larger organizations, of course, it's just got a multiplying effect. But we have a process where we can take somebody through and we help them scope out all of the tasks of what they're doing in their job, and then how can AI help it. And what we often find is that if they go through and they are saying, okay, preparing for a presentation for something like we're doing here, if you're doing a presentation in front of people and you had to create your slides and go through all that, that was probably 8 hours of work in order to sort of figure out what your presentation was going to be, get your images, put it all together, work through. With AI, you can get the bulk of it done in 10 minutes. So now you have, you know, 7.5 hours available to you. That,
Really? You mean for building like sales presentations?
yeah.
Where would you go for AI to do that?
So there is something called Gamma. Gamma is a program that is great for creating presentations. And that's the one that I've been using quite a lot. And then when you've created your presentation there, you can then save it as a PowerPoint or send it over to Canva, save it as a keynote as well. And that's what I'm saying. There are literally so many different uses, and it's changing so quickly that, you know, the best that it was yesterday is probably 100 times better than it was 2 months ago, and a fraction of what it'll be like 2 months from now. You know, and that's the part I think that businesses are really finding hard, is it because it is changing so quickly, it is really hard to keep up. And that's why we have the the expert AI club, so that there's, you know, a bunch of us that are continually looking, researching, and sharing information so that you can keep up to date with it, because it's too much for one person. You know, I send out a newsletter with updates and different things. I've started doing videos on different programs that we're using and how that they're working. But as I say, it changes so rapidly. But even though it changes so rapidly, even if you implement a little bit now, a little bit later, it can make massive, monumental differences in your business quickly.
Hmm.
You know, I mean, and the reality is people were using AI long before they knew they were using AI. I know that you have automation boost as with marketing boost, right? All that technology that drives the back end of that in the high level platform, that is
AI.
utilizing
Yeah.
the artificial intelligence, right? So there's you know, those are things. Video making, that's another area where there's been huge uh, changes. We've got a bunch of programs that we teach people how to use and set them up on, for helping them creating their own personal videos about their business, for their stories, helping them take long videos that they have and chop them into small ones so they can use them multiple times. So when we go through with somebody, we figure out, you know, what are their main tasks that they're doing, and then we look at, okay, what are the different AI tools that we can bring in and use and teach them to help make it easier, faster, better in their job.
And so getting started with you, if I'm a small business owner, let's think about it this way. A lot of the Marketing Boost audience are solopreneurs with 10 employees or less. We do serve thousands of business owners, but many are in your perfect, 30, 40, 50 employees or more. But I'd say the bulk of our members are small. Where would you guide them to go? Or do you have services that you suggest for them? Is that in your initial training that and the club, the AI club, so they can stay informed of what's going on? And
Exactly. If they go to expertai.club, then that's where, for $37 a month, they're going to get awesome continuing upgrading training that will really sort of keep them going. I also do one-on-one trainings with business owners. So we'll do a free 15-minute, Zoom meeting where I ask them questions, find about their business, and then I can lay out a particular training for them, depending on what it is that they're going to achieve, what they're wanting to achieve within their business. So there's really, as I say, anyone from the solopreneur to the largest of organizations, there's ways to implement AI into your business to reduce your expenses, to increase your productivity, and to make business fun again too. I don't know if you've delved at all into anything like Leonardo or Ruby AI or Midjourney, where you can create images. But that's one area, again, if people are having to create images and things, there are amazing programs that you can use now to create your own personal, rather than buying stock images and things like that.
What was those three again? Leonardo and
Leonardo, AI, Midjourney, and Ruby AI.
Ruby AI.
Yeah, Ruby AI. So I'm you know, and they all have their own nuances as to when you would want to use them, right? So, you know, if you're more of wanting to create photorealistic images versus you're wanting to create something that's more cartoon-like, or for a children's picture book or something, right? That'll depend on which of the programs are the ones to use. But I'll tell you, once you start playing around with them, you can all of a sudden realize, oh geez, 4 hours went by.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. So you talked about Automation Booster, and so let the audience hear more about that, and we'll be right back with more questions from Mitzy. It's been great with picking up some ideas that we can take for using AI. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Is your business on autopilot yet? Do you have automation in place to capture, nurture, and convert prospects into clients via email, SMS, ringless voicemails, appointment setting? Get all the inbound and outbound marketing tools in one place. Go to marketingboostsolutions.com for more on automating your business so you can make money while you sleep.
Welcome back. You just heard from Automation Booster. We're talking about artificial intelligence here with Mitzy Dadoun. And by the way, am I saying your last name right? I've been talking to you now here for a while.
Yeah, Dadoun.
That is Dadoun. Okay. And so, Automation Booster, folks, if you're in business, I've been an internet marketer since 1996. I've been an online marketer since before Google and Facebook, and I've never seen a product built like Automation Booster, where in one place for one low price, you can be doing all of your inbound and outbound marketing, from email to texting to voicemail broadcasting, your funnel builder, your calendars, your all in one place communication where people can be chatting with you, whether they be coming in from Facebook or your email or your chat, your on your websites. It's just incredible platform for $97 a month. So go check out automationbooster.com. We're back here with Mitzy, and we just finished talking about some of the AI tools like Leonardo and Midjourney and Ruby.ai. What else can you give us some insights on that us newbies out here to AI should be aware of that we may not be already?
You know, I think the big thing is to just get in there and try it. Set aside some time for yourself to play around with ChatGPT, to play around with Leonardo. To think about what are some tasks that you have to do in your job that you hate doing and that you wish somebody else could do. And ask ChatGPT, could you do this job? How would you do this job? You know, when you're working with AI, one of the really big important things is the prompting. And, you know, it's very much that garbage in, garbage out. So you really want to think about what is it you were trying to achieve. And as I say, think of it kind of like an onion. You're peeling the layers and getting deeper and deeper. And with each deeper layer, you get better information, right? So you want to, when it gives you a result, whatever it may be, you can then say to it, do you have any more information you would like to add to this? Is there something you think that I forgot to ask you? Can you give me 10 more examples of this? Of the 20 examples you just gave me, which do you think are the best 5 and why? So, you know, like I say, just think of it as that back and forth with the AI being your assistant, and you're going back and forth and trying to draw more information out to get to the very best result.
And I noticed it will, for example, I educated my ChatGPT account all about Marketing Boost, right? And when it would give responses that were incorrect, I could educate it there even and say, you know, that's not how my service works. We have the, you know, this, we do this, this, and this, and not that. And then the next time I ask the question, it's going to come back with a better response. And again, I am not good at using all of this yet. I'm just playing, I'm one of those guys that's still just playing with my chat GPT. Luckily, I have other team members that are better at the whole process.
That's why we want to have a team. Exactly.
Right. Which is another thing I always preach. If you're in business for yourself, it doesn't mean you have to do it by yourself. Search out the experts around you. You can join programs like Mitzy here and get the expertise you need and have it available to you quickly, because it's just, the world is moving too fast for you to be an expert at everything. You'll end up being an expert at nothing. So
Exactly. And you can use, like, I can't write a piece of code to save my life, but you can actually ask Chat GPT to write you the code for your website, and it'll put together the whole code and everything. Like, and that's what I'm saying. It's evolving so much that it really is mind blowing already how much it can do and how much of an impact it can have in helping you with your business. You can have it write a whole book on a topic that you want to promote. You ask it for an outline, and then you can ask it to go through each step one by one and complete the chapters. So it's really, it can do almost anything you can think of. It's a case of learning how to ask the questions, how to feed it the information that it needs. And the other thing that's really important is you have to be checking things. You can't just take it at its face word, because it's a constant learning machine. And as you mentioned, right, sometimes it would give some misinformation about what Marketing Boost was, but because you know the topic, you realized, hey, it's not got that correct. Well, the way artificial intelligence is gathering its knowledge is, all kinds of different people are feeding it information, and sometimes it gets fed wrong information. And so that's why it is important to be checking it. Perplexity is another site that people should really check out. Perplexity is very good for giving citations and explaining where the information came from, and giving you all of the backup of sort of where it pulled information from. So a lot of times if people are sort of having to do something quite technical, Perplexity is one that people will go to.
cool.
And if you're looking for great places to read about what's going on in the world of AI, Medium, medium.com is an online newsletter. I think there's a free version, and then I think the paid version is around $60 a year. But they have a massive amount of articles on massive topics, including AI, business, art, many different things. And I found that it's a very, very good place to be keeping up to date and gathering information. It's, one of the few sort of information subscriptions that I pay for, because I find that I can really get a lot of good information from it.
Wow. Thank you for that suggestion. Folks, we thank you for joining us today on the Marketing Boost Solutions podcast. You guys have been great to listen in. If you like the content we gave you today, and I can't see why you wouldn't, make sure you share this with another entrepreneur who might enjoy this. Like, share, and don't forget to subscribe to our show. And we'll see you. Before we wrap it up, Mitzy, do you have any final words of wisdoms for our community?
You know what? Just dive in with both feet. AI is here. It's not going anywhere. And you have two choices. You either get on the ride and become part of the solution, or you're going to get left behind. So come into the water. It's really nice. Join me. You can reach me on calendly.com/Mitzy Dadoun. Reach me at LinkedIn or any of the other sites we've mentioned. And thank you so much.
And all of those links to get a hold of Mitzy are in the show notes below, whether you're watching this on YouTube or Rumble or any of the podcast networks. Down below, we have all of the links to reach her easily and quickly, as well as subscribing to Marketing Boost or Automation Booster. Check out the links below. Give us a like, give us a share, or ask us or post some comments in there. We really appreciate your feedback. Thank you again, Mitzy, and thank you folks for listening, and we'll see you on the next episode of the Marketing Boost Solutions podcast.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Marketing Boost Solutions podcast with your hosts, Captain Marco Torres. Now it's on you. Take the next step now. Go to marketingboostsolutions.com for more on how you can wow, delight, and surprise your clients with the most amazing draw card on the planet. So stay thirsty, my friends. Stay thirsty for knowledge. See you next time.